Welcome back to PH.d TV, and today I'm going to be fan casting Rent. And while I fan cast this, do keep in mind that there's two things to be considered here. One is that this is assuming they remake the musical into another movie, so you're going to be seeing a lot of movie stars rather than stage actors. And as well, even though I do believe every actor I've chosen in this instance has proven themselves to be excellent singers, I do believe there's one or two here that I'm just going to have to go on a whim of assuming they can sing. And with that, I'm gonna start with the number one, working my way to the main cast out of the group of the cast, is gonna be Benny, in which I actually would choose Michael B. Jordan, assuming he could sing.
You'll see boys, you'll see boys, amen, amen, amen.
And Michael B. Jordan, I think, would be an excellent choice for this, strictly for the reason that he's a good actor, but two, even if he can't sing that well in real life, again, I don't know if he does, and when I do the editing of this video, I'm going to see if there's anything on YouTube, if there is, or if there isn't anything of him singing. But in terms of age range of where I do think the Rent cast is supposed to be, or at least would make a good fit, he would be the right age, have the right look, especially for the guy who got to escape the slum life, or at least the poorer lifestyle that the rest of the cast members are really in for the remainder of the story. And he has that look, so this is, again, the smaller character of the group, but I do think it would work in context of what we would be trying to accomplish. And on to the next one. For Tom Collins, I would actually choose Leslie Odom Jr.
I've got to spare, I'll be there and I'll cover you. All day long this singing.
Well, and I saw him up there covered in sweat and singing to him, but you know, in the background was you couldn't hear anything. So.
Now, I don't know if it's actually Odom Jr. or Odom Jr., but Leslie Odom Jr. I think would be an excellent choice because one, we do know he can sing, but he's also an excellent actor. He's been Oscar nominated, he can sing, and two, he's gonna be just a hair older than the rest of the cast, which is good because to me, Tom Collins has always been that slightly older role compared to the rest of the cast. And the fact that he has that real "I'll cover you" song from the funeral scene that involves a lot more of an emotional impact than the other version that's a little bit more happy and upbeat, I do think that he has the acting chops to really give a good performance in this instance. So Leslie Odom Jr. for Tom Collins. And now this one, I'm gonna go with Joanne, and I think that Amber Riley would be an excellent choice.
Take me for what I am, the control freak, who I was meant to be, snob yet over attentive, and if you give a damn, a lovable drug, don't you know that?
And the reason I say this is that I know that we have a lot of excellent singers who are of her demographic, of her culture, to how the stage play is casted traditionally. But I think like the Jennifer Hudsons, who are a little too old at this point for this role, as well as other options. But Amber Riley, especially if you've seen Glee, you know just how well she would be in terms of this cast, especially in terms of the sass, in terms of the energy. She has Joanne, to me, written all over her, and I think she would be an excellent choice, which actually leads me to the character of Maureen. Now, Maureen, to me, I originally was going to say Liz Gillies, which I think would be an excellent cast all the same, so I don't think that's a cast that would be uninspired or not even undoable, but I do think that Renee Rapp would be an excellent choice for this age range we're aiming for.
Ever since puberty, everybody stares at me, boys, girls, I can't help it, baby, so be kind and don't lose your mind.
And of course, Renee Rapp has been in Broadway shows and that she knows musicals. And in fact, she was just in the Mean Girls musical, which really is what kind of sprung her into the spotlight of Hollywood. And even though I have not seen Mean Girls, from the clips I've seen, from the certain scenes that I have watched on YouTube to kind of see what everyone's been talking about, she has that energy, that bad girl energy that Maureen really needs, as well as the sass. I don't know how to describe it specifically, but if you know how Renee Rapp is in regards to that energy, I hate using the word energy, but if you know, you know. I'll put a clip up here just so you can kind of see what I'm talking about, and tell me if you do not see Maureen in this option. Moving on, we're going to look at Angel, who's really the heartbeat of the Rent musical to begin with. The one that unfortunately passes away, but the one that was really the glue, as it turned out, to the group without anyone really realizing it. And I think Robin D. Jesus would be an excellent choice for playing Angel.
Lucky day today on Avenue A, when a lady in a limousine drove my way. She said, darling, be a dear, haven't slept in a year. Hello to my walk-in closets, tidy as Park Avenue. Hello, my butcher block table.
And if I butchered the name, I do apologize in advance, but the thing is that Jesus actually does have a little bit of Jonathan Larson blood in his musical style, as he actually played in Tick, Tick, Boom starring Andrew Garfield, which of course was about Jonathan Larson. So with this being said, he's already in that category of knowing the material, being good with the material, but too, he has that style of acting, the singing chops, as well as that emotion that can be seen in the eyes that Angel needs to be known for, as well as the potential energy, as in Tick, Tick, Boom. In one of the opening scenes, he is full of energy while doing a duet with Andrew Garfield, if I'm not mistaken. I'll put something up here so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Let me know down in the comments if you think Robin D. Jesus would be an excellent choice for Angel, because I do. And now for Mark, I think this one is probably going to be the biggest name actor I can think of in regards to my casting choices. I know I spoke of Leslie Odom Jr., Oscar nominee, as Tom Collins, but this guy right here is definitely more well known for the Kingsman movies as well as Rocket Man, in which he showed everyone he could sing. Never mind the animated movies called Sing. But I think Taron Egerton would make a great Mark.
The tango Maureen, it's a dark, dizzy merry-go-round as she keeps you dangling.
You're wrong.
Your heart she is mangling.
It's different with me.
Read some books and I read some magazines about those high-class ladies down in New Orleans and all the...
He has the age range look that we're going for. We know he can sing, and he can actually, for a relatively definitional, good-looking character, could easily pull off that more nerdy vibe. As for when he played Elton John, he clearly was able to kind of manipulate his look to look a certain way. I do believe fully that he could play off that more nerdy filmmaker style look for Mark and give one outstanding performance. And this one, out of all of my choices, I do believe is probably the one, even though I am a Taron Egerton fan, this would be the one where I would say I'm not as sold on as the rest, but I do feel he would do a great job. And again, let me know down below, do you think Taron Egerton would make a good Mark? A little inspired, maybe too much of a big name. This one I'm a little iffy on of all the options. As I said, let me know if you agree. Now, on to Mimi and Roger. And for Mimi, I actually do think that if we're gonna take some creative liberties, but in terms of talent strictly and solely, because again, I know that Rent really has certain cultures in certain roles as well as certain genders and races, but for someone who I fully believe would make an incredible Mimi to begin with would be Zendaya.
There's only us. There's only this. Forget, regret. Oh, life is yours to miss.
Say you were made to be mine. Nothing can keep us apart.
Now the thing about Zendaya is that I was actually not really a Zendaya fan growing up, and even when she got cast in Spider-Man, where I really got to see her a little bit more, I really was not even then that big of a fan. I thought she's fine, but I just wasn't catching on to the whole hype of who Zendaya was and what she can do. Even in The Greatest Showman, in which everyone said that was really her first foray into Hollywood outside of the Marvel Universe, I thought she was fine, but nothing blew my socks off. But then I watched Euphoria and saw the talent that everyone was talking that Zendaya had, and I understood entirely why she was winning all the awards for Best Actress at the Emmys, if I'm not mistaken. But Zendaya is a triumph in Euphoria.
Oh, okay. I see what the is going on here.
And if you really consider that music is taken out, she plays a version of Mimi in that regard that would be fantastic. Drug-riddled, that loving, behind the eyes persona that she's able to give by just her expression without even having to say anything, as well as sheer acting talent on top of musical talent. If she could bring the same energy from Euphoria as she would bring to Rent, but just sing, I think we could actually have one of the best Mimi performances to date. And lastly, going into Roger, I do think Roger would be an outstanding choice in regards to one of two actors, and one I was actually set on until I saw another one, and you tell me which one you would tie break between here. At first, I thought, especially for the age range and the talent, I actually thought Austin Butler would be an excellent choice. But to consider this, if you've seen Daisy Jones and the Six, I think Sam Claflin would be the best choice for Roger.
Won't you tell me where you are?
And it might just be because if you've seen the original Rent movie with the long hair that Roger had, even though I know that's not quite the hair he had in the stage play. But just with that in mind, and as I'm watching Daisy Jones and the Six, Sam Claflin has the long hair, and the way he sings to me was very reminiscent of how Roger sang in the film. And to me, Sam Claflin is a great actor. I think he's underrated. I think he could be in more things, and I think he could give just enough of a good performance as Roger to do really well in a movie. So for Roger, I would choose Sam Claflin. With that being said, please let me know what you think. Do you agree or disagree with my opinions on what would make a great fan cast for Rent if they were to do a live action movie right now? Who are your choices? Let me know down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe, and as always, this has been PH.d TV. We'll see you next time.